just fun to work in a
Hey,
space where
how's it
you really can
going?
get along with
We are
everybody
working
and
on
really
this
have a great time
little
and
video
everybody likes
series
it
and
and
get out of
loves
here.
it.
This is going to be custom shoes in 2K, 2K21. I'm playing on the Xbox Series X, so this is the next gen version. I don't believe there's any difference, at least for this feature, between next gen and last gen. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but just for this feature at least. So to get here, you have to go into options. It's under features, and then go under shoe creator. And in here you have a ton of different brands, of course. So you have all the brands that you'd expect to have. So Nike, Jordan, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, New Balance. So all the brands that you have in MyPlayer, My Career. Plus you have a couple brands that you can apply that you don't get sponsored by. So Converse, Reebok, Anta, Leaning, and One is in here. I didn't know that until I just looked for this video. Q4 ball. I don't even know what this is, but it's in here. Shout out to Q4B ball. I wish I knew ya. If you're watching the video, send me some shoes. I'll try them out and do a review on the courts. Peak, of course, and then just the 2K generics. So there's a couple things you can do in here. Most you probably already know is like make your own shoe, which is similar to what you do when you get a shoe deal in My Career. You have a selection of low tops, mids, and highs. But what we're going to do is we're going to make our own custom colorways based around real world colorways. So there's, I think the next 4 videos, including this one, are going to be shoes that I had already made. Going forward though, after that, we will actually make them live in the video. Well, not live, but you know what I mean. We'll make them on video. So in the next 4 videos, just leave a comment on what colorways you want me to try to replicate. But for today, we're going to focus on 2 of my favorites, which are the Travis Scott Jordan collab. So we'll do the Travis Scott ones. Just so you saw how to do that, you go into edit, and you'll have a bunch of different choices, pretty much every model that you can buy in the Jordan store. I want to say Foot Locker, that's old 2K. So you'll click it. So for instance, for these, we just clicked the Air Jordan 1 and we started off of the base of the Air Jordan 1. But these are the Travis Scott ones. Unfortunately, the only downfall is we can't invert the swoosh. So these are technically kind of like a Mocha one with pink laces, although the Jordan logo on the front, on the tongue, is red like the Travis Scott's. So to break this down, inside the shoe editor, there are different layers, and each layer is assigned to a portion of the shoe. There's a lot of layers, but once you know what you're doing, you can make some pretty cool colorways. So for the base of the shoe, we went with the white. So that's going to be everything that you see that's white, pretty much, on the side of the shoe and the toe box. You could select materials. So for these, we just went with the default, which is going to be whatever Jordan 1 uses, which is usually a leather or patent leather. But you can actually change it up. You can make it a rubber. We'll see if we can zoom in and get a better look. The base might not be a good example of this, but you can make a rubber, plastic, shiny plastic, a metal, so you can see the difference there. Suede, there's the leather, patent leather, velvet, fabric, mesh, so you can again see that it's more of a cloth mesh material, and then just the default, which is most likely a leather or patent leather for these. There's going to be a full color palette you could do. Again, we did white because that is the color of these shoes. But you can choose anything. You could also go off of team colors. So every single team in the game, you have their color palette available for you to use to customize. You can also use patterns. There's obviously no patterns on this particular real life collaboration, but you can do camos, you can do the elephant print, pretty much everything you can think of. They have it in here. The speckled look. I like this confetti look. We might have to make our own custom colorway with that confetti. And then this is almost like this is kind of a cool one. We'll make some custom ones after we're done towards the end of this series. But yeah, so, and then of course you can look at your favorite colors, which while you're making these, you'll want to favorite them because most shoes reuse the colors for different parts. And then just common colors that are used, you know, in general, shades of red, yellow, so on and so forth. So for these, we did a white base. The outsole, which is the bottom of the shoe, we did a black, again with the default. So whatever Jordan 1 uses for their default soles for the outsoles. The midsole, we went with a cream color. And to get that cream color, I believe we just went with a shade of orange. And then, yeah, it's just one of these shades of orange. And we kind of tweaked it a little bit. But, you know, once you get into the palette, you can get it to exactly where you want. But yeah, we used a shade of orange for the off-white tannish look of the Travis Scott 1's outsole. And again, default materials. For the underlay, again, we used a black color, but you can use whatever color you want. But this is just, excuse me, this is just the color that's going to be right under that wing right there. The overlay, obviously, we know what that is, right? So for this, I believe we used the color palette again, and we just tweaked it. There's a lot of shades of orange in this shoe, and fortunately for 2K, they've kind of locked in browns into the orange palette, so it was quite easy to kind of fine tune it. But you just kind of get it in there between the yellow and the orange, and bring that the palette meter down a little bit until you find that right mocha color. For this, we actually did the suede, because that is a suede piece on the Travis Scott 1s. This is the accent, so this is going to be towards the bottom of the shoe box, or the toe box, I mean. Again, we just used an orange and we matched that. For this is where it's going to come in handy to favorite that color. So most likely what we did when we made this is just added this as a favorite. So you push Y on Xbox, triangle on PS4 or PS5, and that'll be in your favorite color. So now any other color that I need to match will be right there for me to do so. The toe box we matched with the base, so another white. The toe accent, again, same thing as the overlay and the overlay accent, and make sure you change that material to a suede. The heel, again, same thing, make sure to change it to a suede. So that's where this favorite colors thing comes in handy. And the heel accent, again, same thing. Collar, that's going to be the part right around the top of the shoe where your foot actually goes in. That's a black, and we made that suede as well. The lining, which is the inside of the shoe, was black, and we made that suede. And the tongue we matched with the base because that's how it looks on the actual real life collab. And the tongue accent, which is going to be the actual tag, the tongue tag. So that's white, but the logo itself is red on the Travis Scott 1s, which differs from the actual Mocha ones. Again, we can't change the swoosh around. I wish we could. 2K, please try to get at Nike and ask them if we can get the option to turn the logos around. I doubt they'll do it for branding issue, but you know what? Just, why don't you ask them? Why don't you ask them, 2K? Ronnie, hit him up. So we made the tongue lining, which is going to be that inside part right there you see. We made that suede, although in the Travis Scott 1 and pretty much every iteration of the one, it's not a suede piece. But you know what? Make them fancy. Let's let our MyPlayer have a nice little suede comfort interior. The laces. Okay, so the laces are a variant of red. It's a shade of red. It's going to be this light pink. And these were one of two laces that came with the Travis Scott 1. Obviously, we're going to put these on here because they set them apart from the Mochas. And honestly, I think they look best with the pink laces. So you have these pink laces, they're going to pop, they're going to stand out. You're going to get comments at the park. People are going to love your shoes. The eye stay is just the eye holes. Or it's actually, it's not the eye holes, but it's the actual, where the eye holes are set. And so here we go. For the swoosh, we did a leather swoosh. So you can actually see if I can get, you can see the texture of the leather on the swoosh. It's really nice. I'll change it up from suede to leather. You see like the actual grain of the leather. It's very detailed. 2K did a really good job on that. So good job, 2K. And that was just a plain black. Now the logo is going to be the actual wings there on the side. Those are black on the Travis Scott ones. Another thing we can't put on these is the Travis Scott logo on the back. That would have been awesome. 2K, Ronnie, can you get these shoes in the next 2K, please? Like the actual ones, so we don't have to make customs. Thanks. And the tongue logo. So that's going to be the tongue tag up top. On the Travis Scott ones, they are red, so we matched that red as close as we could get. And these are the actual eye holders, I believe. I don't know. This is the accent. So some shoes have that option, but for the Jordan ones, you can't actually change it because it's actually one piece. There are no plastic or metal eyelets there. It's formed into the suede of the leather. So that is the Travis Scott one. What you'll do next, and I'll show this at the end of the video because we're gonna cut over to the fours real quick. But what you'll do is just hit B or circle, and you'll save it. You'll enter the name, so you name it whatever you want. I named these Trav Scott ones or Trav ones, and I will show you what to do with those next. But first, let's hit the other Travis Scott collabs that we have in this game. So for these, we took the Air Jordan 4s, which are the actual Travis Scott 4s that they have those in this game. They're one of 2 Travis Scott collabs that 2K has included, the other being the Air Forces right here. But we took the blue ones, which were available to most consumers if you had some bots and can grab them, and we turned them into the Friends and Family Travis Scott. So these you would see on Travis Scott, on people close to him. Nobody could buy these. These were only given out to friends and family. They were most likely a sample that were given out to a few people. But guess what? MyPlayer has them, and your MyPlayer can have them too. So they're just the Travis Scott the Travis Scott 4s. So they have the Cactus Jack logo, which is awesome because it makes it a little bit more authentic. And it's basically just a purple accented colorway. So they're almost identical to the blues that they have in there, except they're purple. So you go through the same kind of thing as the ones, and nothing really needs to be changed, in regards to the materials, because we copied the Travis Scott 4s, and everything default is going to be exactly like that shoe in real life. So for these, it was just a straight color swap, and that's the Friends and Family Travis Scott 4s. I'll just roll through this again smoothly, or if you want, you can pause the video at each section and kind of just match the colors for these. So I'm just going to make just these ugly gray ones, these all gray ones, and I'm just going to call them YouTube ones, just so I can show you guys what it is or how to go ahead and buy these. So these are the YouTube ones. Alright, so as you can see, once you make your shoe and save it with the name, it'll tell you that you can assign it to any create player or edit player, so that you can put them on whatever player you want in game. If you're playing My Association, or if you create a player in My Association, you can just outright assign the shoe to those players. You can put them on LeBron James if you want. You can put them on Steph, whatever you want. Now, if you want to put them on your MyPlayer to walk around the city or the park or whatever, you'll exit, you'll go to MyPlayer, and you'll go to, for next gen, it's going to be the city. I'm not sure what it is on last gen. I don't know I don't know what you guys have on last gen for the city. I don't know if you have anything, but if you don't, it's wherever you buy your shoes. So you'll want to go for last gen. You'll want to go to the Jordan section of wherever you buy shoes at. For the next gen, Xbox Series X and PS5, you want to go to the city. You want to ride on over, run on over, hover on over, spawn right next to whatever it is that you have set for your navigation, and just go over to the Jordan store as I smash into the wall. I'll speed that up in post. This takes forever to get anywhere around the city. 2K, yeah, I really enjoy your creativity, but like we don't need a giant ass city for my career. Alright, so you're gonna go into the Jordan store, and you're going to want to go to the City Park Jordans. I don't understand why they're not under Air Jordans, because they're Air Jordans, but they're under City Park Jordans. You can see that the Trav 1s are there, the 4s are here, but here are the YouTube ones. Let's try them on. They're absolutely ugly, and you can see they cost 10,000 VC if you want them for your MyPlayer. So it's quite a pricey purchase. I'm not going to buy those. I'm going to discard them. But once you do buy them, just go into your MyPlayer appearance, go down to City, and you go to Shoe, and they'll be in here. You see some previews for the next couple videos, guys. But there they are right there. Throw them on, rotate. Look at those great, awesome shoes. There's the friends and families. You can also put them on for your games too. So if you're into playing the NBA games like I am, and not so much in the park, then you can still rock these during your games. There they are. So you'll show up with them in the actual games that you play. So you already saw a preview of what the next couple videos are going to be. So the next 3 videos should be ones that we already made. I'll just do a quick rundown of how to make those, and then for the 5th video, just leave a comment on which colorway you want me to try out next. Could be anything, any Nike, any Jordan. It has to be in the game though, so don't throw like Air Max models or anything like that. I wish there's Air Maxes. Don't throw Yeezys out. I wish there were Yeezys. They aren't. But how baller would it be to just run around the court in some Yeezys. But yeah. So that is how to make Travis Scott collaboration Jordans in NBA 2K21. Join me for the next video. It's going to be a Nike. It's going to be a Kobe. You probably already saw it there when I was going through the shoes. But I'll show you how to make it. I'll just tell you right now, it's the Bruce Lee colorway of the Kobe 5s. So come back, check that out. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.